guys, it's Drino, and oh my gosh, wanted to talk to you about one of the trips that we've done this summer, which was to Eastern Oregon and to the Hells Canyon motorcycle rally, which is in mid-June. And it's got my bike in first and my eye in the rear view mirror, because you can never trust these people on a highway. Makes me nervous. Yeah, it's centered in Baker City, and it's for all motorcycles. Everything from Goldwings and trikes to spiders, sport bikes, cruisers, you name it. Everything is welcome. Every rider is welcome, and it's all about just enjoying yourself, enjoying the ride, and getting out and exploring some just fantastic motorcycle roads that are out in Eastern Oregon. And this is the second year that we've gone, and it's about a 350-mile ride to get there. And I took this bike. I rode my show bike there because I wanted to enter it in the show, of course. And oh my gosh, it wasn't too bad. The trip over there, the Friday, wasn't too bad. That's bogus. I was here first. If it doesn't register me as needing to go, I'm just going to vomit. I'm going to projectile vomit. Riding a motorcycle eventually will turn you into a criminal, because eventually you will be sitting at a light that won't even register that you're there, and after a couple of cycles through the light, if you are a stickler enough to stay that long, you will go through it. You will go through the red. Anyway, back to what I was saying about Hells Canyon. So Friday it wasn't too bad. Saturday we went out for a ride through some beautiful back roads, and it wasn't warm. I still had my liner and I actually had my summer gloves on at this point, and my leather pants, and it started out, it was sunny, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great, it's going to warm up, it's June after all. No, it got colder and colder, got overcast, then this big storm rolled over, and it started with lightning, and then it started with thunder. Do you see me? Thank you. And before you know it, it starts raining. Big drops of rain. And you know, it's not so much fun on a bike like this. I mean, first of all, it's a show bike, so I hate getting it dirty because it's got so much chrome on it to clean that it's crazy. And secondly, oh, that was a horrible bump. It's got a big fat tire at the back, but it's kind of rounded, so you don't actually have a lot of tire in contact with the road at any one point, and the front tires are all skinny and tall. So when you ride in the wet, not only do you throw up a rooster tail for like 3 miles, you know, it's just kind of not fun going through corners when it's really wet. Anyway, so it's raining and it starts pouring, and it's like, yeah, it's one thing, I've been wet before, it doesn't worry me too much. Then it started to hail, and okay, have a look at my bike. I don't have a windshield, I don't have any protection, and oh my god, there was water coming up my legs. I don't know how, but there was water running down the inside of my thighs, and it was icy cold water running down the inside of my thighs. It was not a pleasant experience. And yeah, it started to hail, and it hurt like a SOB. It was It was unbelievable, and it wasn't the small little. We have hail here around the Portland area, and it's like somebody pulled apart a beanbag. It's about the size of them, like beanbag balls, polystyrene balls. The first couple of times it hailed, I was like, what the hell is that? And they're like, it's hail. And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm from Australia. We have hailstones the size of golf balls, and if they're really bad, can be almost like cricket balls. That's hail. You know, if they say it's going to hail, you put your car inside, because it's going to smash your car up, and it's going to smash your skylights in your house, and all that fun kind of stuff. Anyway, so it started to hail, and they were big hailstones, about the size of marbles. Oh my god, that hurt so much, it was just crazy. And so it was just bitter cold, freezing. I had to stop, put my winter gloves on, plug in. It was just miserable. So we get back to camp. Everybody's just cold and miserable. Everybody is sick and tired of being cold and wet. You know, we haven't been able to dry out at all. And the show is Saturday night. So I get back and I start cleaning up my bike. The sky's clear a little bit. I start to clean up my bike and to try to get all the grime off it. And it's just a pit. And I'm like, oh, I'm never going to do any good in this show. I mean, my bike is just a complete pigsty. And we all know these people with their trailer queen show bikes. They can't actually ride them because they're either uncomfortable or unfunctional. And they trailer their bikes there. I'm like, well, I'm never going to be able to compete with these people because they don't even ride their bikes. So, hey, let's just suck it up and go. So I went up there with a roll of paper towels in my tank bag. I get up there and I'm trying to clean it up as best I can. And the organisers say, hey, bring it down the front. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I took it down the front, parked it, and there are all these there are just Harleys and custom bikes and, and the trailer queens all sitting there. And it's raining, but still there was a good crowd out checking out all the bikes. And I got a real kick out of it because all these people were coming up to stand next to my bike and have their photo taken. It was really kind of funny. So they started going through the awards and different things, and I won Best American Bike. I was so thrilled. It was just awesome. And of course, the rest of the people in my group, you know, they were tired and wet and cold and kind of cranky, and they're like, oh, we're not going to ride in the rain anymore. You know, love you, but we're not going to go with you to the show. So they stayed in camp. And I went up on my own and came back. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to yank your chain. So I pull in and everybody's like, so, how'd it go? And I'm pulling up on my bike, I'm just shaking my head. And I'm just putting on this miserable look like, oh, boo-hoo, I didn't win, that kind of thing. And they're like, oh. And I get out there and pull my tank bag off. And I just say, you know, there are a lot of nice bikes there. There are lots of Harleys. There are lots of custom bikes there, you know, it's a lot of hard, tough competition, so, you know, and they're like, yeah, we understand. And then I whip out the trophy and I'm like, Best American Bike! It was awesome. So that was a definite high point of the weekend. That was Saturday, and on Sunday some friends left to start their trip home. We were going to leave on the Monday. So we did a ride on Sunday and went out to dinner on Sunday night. And we're at dinner and we get a phone call that there'd been an accident. And two of our friends went down in an accident and were very badly hurt. And it was one of those fluke things. They were going through a corner, like a series of corners, and they saw another corner coming up. And they'd slowed, they were slow. They were doing only about 35 miles an hour. And he looked in the mirror to see if the rest of his buddies popped out through the corner behind him. You know, as you do, you're always keeping an eye out for your buddy. And looked up, and just too late, he saw gravel right across the road and couldn't get enough speed up and must have put too much front brake on and went down. And he ended up in a serious condition, and his poor wife, who was behind him, was in a critical condition. Luckily, they were wearing all their gear. Mainly head injury, but no broken bones. It was incredible. So there's a lesson there. You know, just pays not to be too complacent.